Shloka 2.67. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano nuvidhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavamivambhasi. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano nuvidhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavamivambhasi. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano nuvidhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavamivambhasi. So please recite after me now. Indriyanam hi charatam
Indriyanam hi charatam
yanmano nuvidhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavamivambhasi. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano nuvidhiyate yanmano nuvidhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavamivambhasi. Indriyanam hi charatam yanmano nuvidhiyate tadasya harati prajnam vayurnavamivambhasi. Word for word meaning and translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Indriyanam. Of the senses. He. Certainly. Charatam. While roaming. Yat. With which. Manaha. The mind. Anuvidhiyate. Becomes constantly engaged. Tat. That. Asya. His. Harati. Takes away. Prajnam. Intelligence. Vayuhu. Wind. Navam. A boat. Eva. Like. Ambhasi. On the water. Translation. As a strong wind sweeps away a boat on the water, even one of the roaming senses on which the mind focuses can carry away a man's intelligence. So what is Lord Krishna saying here? He is using an analogy of an unanchored boat that is swept away in strong winds. And he's using that analogy to tell Arjuna that because the mind through the senses gets so easily tempted, let alone the five senses, the primary senses, even one of those senses, if the mind becomes preoccupied with whatever temptations that particular sense has presented to the mind, Krishna is saying even that simple thing can carry away a man's intelligence. So how do we understand this? And all along, Krishna has been talking about how the mind has to be regulated. If the senses are regulated, the mind is regulated, and then the intelligence also gets regulated. And the process that is instituted in ISKCON is this ABCD process, which is associating with devotees, reading the books, chanting, and doing some deity worship, and of course, changing one's diet. So all along, Krishna has been saying in this chapter 2, repeatedly, that the mind is actually pretty hard to control. But it is possible to control it if you are practicing Krishna consciousness. Then through the result of practicing Krishna consciousness, you can first of all achieve peace of mind, followed by ananda or bliss. So if the boat is not anchored, then it's going to get swept away. One small wave or one strong enough wind, and it can move away from its position. So one could use this analogy to also expand and suggest that if our mind and our senses are not anchored in Krishna consciousness, then both our senses and our mind can easily be swept away. And when they are swept away, along with it goes the intelligence. So our anchor in this rocking boat of materialism is to be practicing Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, we will get carried away with all of our desires. So this is the essence of today's shloka.